Get away from all the lights and into nature with your friends and family? Well, it might surprise you to learn that Las Vegas is home to one of the largest urban wetlands in the Southwest. 13 Action News' Jordan Gartner tells you all you need to know about Wetlands Park right here in Clark County so you can pack up the car and enjoy the adventure.
The Clark County Wetlands Park is nearly 3,000 acres in size and is the largest park in the county. But even with its size, environmental specialist Ben Duran says it remains a hidden gem off of East Tropicana and Wetlands Park Lane.
Yes, we are still a little bit of a hidden secret here in the Las Vegas Valley. We are a 2,900 acre park, so we are actually the largest park in the Clark County Parks and Recreation System. We have a 210 acre nature preserve, which is where we are right now. Lots of trails, paved trails, unpaved trails, all kinds of ways to come out and experience nature, maybe even encounter a little bit of wildlife as well.
The park started back in 1991 and has become a major recreational and educational resource in the valley. The park serves as a popular destination for hikers, bird watchers, and is an important part of our water system in southern Nevada.
So the Wetlands Park is all created by the water that's really used by all the people in the valley. We are the major feature of the Clark County Wetlands Park is the Las Vegas Wash. That is actually our urban river at this point. We do get some water from all of the runoff channels that you find out throughout the valley, and we're kind of like the drain of the valley. So all the water that gets used and all the water that gets used by us in our houses, but also outside, everything that basically ends up on the street in those stream channels, all ends up coming down into the Las Vegas Wash and into the Clark County Wetlands Park.
Wetlands Park features more than 20 miles of trails, including 6 miles within the nature preserve that is the heart of the park at 210 acres.
Here in the nature preserve, we have about 6 miles of paved and unpaved trails. All the paved trails are ADA accessible, but we don't allow bikes or dogs in the trails in the nature preserve. And this is really to give everybody the opportunity to maybe see some wildlife. And it's also to help to protect the animals too.
Some of the popular sites in the nature preserve include the Cottonwood Grove, Boardwalk Pond, and Verns Pond and Island.
We have several distinctive kinds of habitats here. Some of them are really not ones that you see very often in the Las Vegas Valley or in the Mojave Desert. We have here where we're standing is what we call a riparian habitat, which is where you can see these big tall trees. It's basically where all of the running water is. So this was a place that if you were back in time, 150 years, you would have seen tall trees and known that there was water here. So this is actually a very special place because we have recreated a lot of the native habitat until all of the development happens.
The area has 3 distinct habitats and miles of paved and unpaved trails, where visitors can escape both the city and the desert.
If you've never been out here to the Clark County Wetlands Park, I'd recommend coming to the nature preserve. We have a lot of different things to see in just a just a small little area here. So there's a lot to check out if you want to see. We have 4 distinctive different kinds of habitats, and of course each one has their different kinds of plants and animals that are in them. So there's a lot to explore.
The park is home to more than 300 species of birds, and numerous mammals and reptiles have been spotted in the park.
We have all kinds of wildlife out here, things that you would expect to see in the desert, like coyotes and roadrunners and that sort of thing. We do also have some snakes in the park, but they are generally of the non-venomous type. Some of the more unusual animals that we have here in the park, we do have a very healthy population of beavers. Because we have all this water, all these ponds and streams, they have made their home here, and if you're out here early in the morning, you might be able to see one of them.
There is also a 14-mile wetlands loop trail that runs along the perimeter of the park, where work is being done to complete its full connection. And several of the park's trails are accessible throughout the east part of town, including the Duck Creek trailhead with shrubs, grass, and trees.
I talk to people every day who are still coming out here and discovering the Clark County Wetlands Park for the first time. There's a lot to see here. I think probably one of the most special things, we have the presence of all this water, which allows for all these different trees and all these different kinds of habitats. Comments I get from people is that they forget that they're in the Mojave Desert, they forget that they're in the Las Vegas Valley. all those things. It's really that kind of an immersive place where you can just come in and experience nature. I think that's kind of one of the most unique features about the park.
Wetlands Park is open year-round and is something to be included on your outdoor activities in Las Vegas. Reporting, Jordan Gartner, 13 Action News.